Jabir Uncle, we just want to quickly go over your experiences as a leader within the community. So I'd like you to start off with where you were born and how that was like when you were growing up and your involvement within the community.
First of all, Bismillahir-Rahmanir-Rahim, all praises to Allah. I would like to thank you for giving us this opportunity to speak, and I'm so grateful that you are undertaking a task such as this. Let me say this. I was born in Dar es Salaam. I grew up in Dar es Salaam. At age 18, I moved to New York. I lived there for almost 7 years. I moved back to Dar es Salaam, and wherein I got married. I did some community service, and finally I moved to Orlando in 1998, and that's where I've been since.
So you mentioned that your first experience of community service was actually in Dar es Salaam.
In Dar es Salaam, the Jamaat had formed a education subcommittee, and we were trying to get permission to get a school, a primary school, and I was the secretary. I was going to be the secretary of the subcommittee, and that's where Al-Muntazir Primary School started.
And did you find that to be one of your best experiences?
I think my better experience, it was one of the fulfilling experiences to get a school for the community, because at that time it was just government schools, especially primary schools, and we had our daughters that we were more concerned about going to government schools at the time, and therefore it was a fulfilling part that the community worked hard and eventually managed to get the primary school, especially for the girls. And then I worked with the housing subcommittee in Dar es Salaam, and that's when the Jamaat needed some land that was occupied by old buildings that the government had granted us. So today we have the Habib Bank, that is the plot that we got cleared during our tenure, and the Sabodo car park that we got cleared, and today both of those are bringing good incomes to Dar es Salaam Jamaat, alhamdulillah. It's serving the community well.
It seems like you had a major impact when you were in Dar es Salaam.
Yes.
Alhamdulillah, we can see the benefits today. So I just want to move now towards your second transition back to America. And what brought you back, and why did you
Basically, there was a family issue. I had lost a son in a car accident in Dar es Salaam, and my wife was not too keen on continue staying in Dar es Salaam, because a lot of memories kept coming back, and therefore she wanted to move to the United States. So that's when we made the transition to move to the United States. And the place that I chose at the time was Orlando, because I had already experienced the winters in New York, and I did not want to go through that experience again. So I said, let's go to Orlando, because it's a sunshine state. We'll be better off under the heat.
So now you're in Orlando. You're an immigrant to the United States, and you still seem to want to be a part of the community, so much so that you end up becoming a leader in the community. Yes. So can you go through your thought process in becoming a leader within a brand new community for you?
When I came to Orlando in 1998, if I'm not mistaken, yeah, it was October of 1998. And when I started going to mosque, I guess that is the time there was an influx of a lot of our people from other states and other countries converging into Orlando. And that brought challenges with it, because when I came, I was counted as being the 110th person in Orlando. Today, I guess we are almost 1,200 and above. So one of the challenges that I saw, and I figured this has to be worked on, was that all those who came wanted the community programs to be done in a manner that they were comfortable with. Meaning, if somebody came from Dar es Salaam, then the programs that were held in Dar es Salaam should be held in that manner in Orlando. Somebody came from Mombasa, somebody came from Kampala, somebody came from New York, somebody came from Allentown. So therefore, I said that this may not last, because if everybody wants it their way, then we will not have a program that is good for Orlandonians. Meaning, the community in Orlando is going to grow. So let's sit down and work out something that works for the people who come and stay in Orlando. So the programs should revolve around the city of Orlando and its demographics, and not against the whims or desires of what I came with when I came to Orlando.
Okay, so it's more, from what I can gather, a self-serving purpose.
Yes.
It's a purpose where you decide that, you know what, we should leave the bad of what we had and just concentrate on
What's good for us
what's
as a
good for
community,
us.
what will work for us.
Right.
So that's why I took up the position of a Mukhi. At that time it was a Mukhi before the new constitution came in, and that's where it changed to the director of operations. But I started off with that because that was running day-to-day affairs.
So what would your roles include at that point in time, and why did you pick that specific position?
That was allowing me to make programs that people in Orlando would have to revolve around themselves around it, instead of the programs the programs revolving around their requirements.
I see. So then you became
The director of operations.
The Mukhi or the director of operations.
Right, and worked under Marhum, a visionary leader. We had Marhum Mehboob Manji, who was the chairman at the time, and I took up this challenge simply because it was a very, very new community, and immigrants were coming in one family a week. Maybe today it's one family a month, but at the time it was one family a week, and therefore a lot of the mosque was the center point. So the more the functions at mosque, the more people came to know each other, and the more they started to help each other.
So now you set up a whole system where everyone comes and partakes together. That comes with a lot of challenges in itself. Can you shed some light on what challenges
The challenges were getting people volunteering, because not that they didn't want to volunteer. They were very much willing to volunteer, but volunteering with their own ways of volunteering, not the way the community required it. And therefore, the few challenges that we faced, since you are the Mukhi, so you do the chai, you get the Maulana, you open the mosque, you close the mosque, you get it clean, and all those things came as a part of the package. But Alhamdulillah, we overcame that a long time ago. I undertook the challenge, and a few well-wishers in the community were there to help me out, and they stood by me, and we got over that phase.
Do you remember any moments where you were the Mukhi that made you feel proud to be the Mukhi and to be a part of that community?
Proud in the sense that I got this sense of belonging when the elders of the community would come and say, we were served well, the Maulana was good, the sitting arrangement was nice, the program got over on time. It was more fulfilling to hear those comments from the elders of the community. And they were coming up commending these things, because I guess they were, from wherever they were, the programs were designed in such a way so as not to take up too much time of any individual who comes there.